going to lock your butt into your chair and make you a much better, more efficient paddler, okay? So you're going to reach all the way forward and drive all the water there. Reach all the way forward, drive all the water there, okay? And that's basically all you need to do, right? Now, if you guys actually talk to each other, left together, right together, left together, right together, you'll go faster. If you don't make that work, well, you go-ish, you know. If you want to turn to the left, you paddle a whole bunch on the right side, and you'll slowly turn to that side. If you go a whole bunch on this side, you'll slowly turn to the opposite side, okay? That's pretty much how you turn, okay? Now, you can also turn even more efficiently, right? The person in the back, if you find it's kind of this way, person in the back will go from behind to in front, right? Behind, sorry, it's the dog hour and everybody shows up and everybody's drunk from just being in drunk all day and the dogs are just saying hello. Anyway, you can pull from behind to in front, and that's going to turn you really fast. So again, it's like this, like you're holding the water like that, and it's going to turn you back like that, right? Right? Also, if you happen to be going into the mangrove, stop, and you'll go into the mangrove. Don't see the mangrove and start paddling faster because you're just going to crash. Okay? Now, if you crash, that's going to be okay. It's a tree, dude. You don't want to walk into a tree, all right? So you'd stop, assess, go from behind, in front, you're good to go, okay? And like I said, guys, we're taking our time. There's no rush to this, okay? But I take questions now anyway on kayaking, paddling, left together. Remember, as much water down the side, as much water down the side. Put your butt in, then put your feet over to the front of the kayak. Find whichever peg. There's a bunch of pegs for different sides, right? And then you're gonna push against that until you get into your chair, right? Once you're in your chair, which is a backrest, right? Then basically, or whatever, you're in your position, right? And so that's basically us, all right? Now, the other thing, guys, swimming in bioluminescence, okay? How do you do that? It's very easy to get out of a kayak. Getting into the kayak is, you know, definitely doable. So you put your basically feet over the side of the kayak, you'll push down, and your butt will come over the side of the kayak, and you're in the water, the jacket takes over. Put your hands out if you're nervous, right? And that will basically float you, okay? Woo! Everything's glowing, that's kind of what's going on, right? And then you want to just kind of like, you know, little breaststrokes moving around the bioluminescence. You don't want to be like up in his face because we're not dating, they are. So, you know, what you want to do is find your own space so that you can be the one who turns on the light first, okay? This is a chemical reaction, I'll explain it to you in a second. But basically, that's what you want to do, is you basically want to find some space and be like, I found the brightest, and then everybody's going to run to you. Because this is, you know, very interesting, but I'll tell you about that in a second. But getting back into the kayak. So if we were partners, as an example, I could pull down the side of the kayak, right? And I could kick, right? And get my over if you were holding the other side. So it's like counterweight. Right? So again, if you're partners, I'm holding this side. You get your legs behind you, you're gonna kick up, your chest up over, roll it. Right? That's way one. Way two is if we're partners, right? You're gonna put your legs behind you, and as you kick your legs, previously, I'm gonna actually kick you like this, pull you onto the kayak, right? Being opposite to you, right? Or I have a big paddleboard. You get into the paddleboard, you get up into the kayak. Paddleboard's right on the water, so much easier to do that. Okay? Or you don't have to get in the water, guys. It's kind of, you know, not a requirement. I've had full tours where no one gets in the water. Except for me, I'm always in the water. It's just so awesome. All right. So that's basically getting on, getting off of, you know, the whole thing. So let's talk about bioluminescence. Who knows about bioluminescence? Anybody?
They glow in the dark?
Huh?
They glow in the dark?
Yeah. Okay. So everybody's been in a forest. You've seen what we call a firefly in the Caribbean, or a lightning bug, glow bug, right? This is a chemical reaction. Huh? Well, we're talking about something else right now. Okay. So you've seen a firefly before, right? In the forest. That's a bug, okay? That is a chemical reaction for sexual means. It's like, hey, it's Friday, what's up? And, you know, it's trying to meet another bug to make more bugs, right? That's the reason it gives off the light. Attraction device, sexual, right? What we're looking for tonight is plankton, okay? They have a similar chemical reaction. However, it's not to meet more plankton. It's as a defense mechanism. It's like, ah! when you touch it. You have to actually touch to basically force the chemical reaction to happen. All right, now unlike the forest where you have 1 or 2 or 3, we're looking for millions and millions and millions and millions all together, right? And that basically, or whatever, could be anything from the starriest night you've ever seen to massive amounts of white, blue plankton, right? It could be also white, it could be white, green. It depends on the night, how much water vapor has been around, right? Tobago, there's bioluminescence everywhere in the world, right? You can go to any bay in the world and you might find it at one point or the other. The difference with Tobago is Tobago has a very, very special bay that has what's called a perfect storm coming together to make very good reproductive area for the plankton. Okay, so first thing you need is you need an attraction device to take you into the area or bring the plankton in, right? So what you have is, we're going to go to no man's land, but there's a huge bay behind with red mangrove, right? Red mangrove essentially is the attraction that changes the pH of the water slightly more acidic, and then the plankton are drawn in. All right, once they're drawn into that area, there's no wind and no waves in that area, so they really get to like not be disturbed. Okay, so again, adding to that reproductivity, right? Outside of that, super dark night also is very important. That's why we can only do this without a moon or a very, 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 very small moon, so that our eyes let in as much light as possible and it's easy to see. The other thing is no man's land, super important as well. No man's land is a big sandbar that basically prevents the water from just emptying out all day long. Right, tide comes in, moves around, and basically all the plankton stays in that area, right? And then because of the attraction device and everything else, it will continue to propagate in that one spot. Because like I said, no wind, no waves, super dark night, and super nutrient water as well, right? If it was really polluted, nasty water, plankton is a keystone species at the bottom, it can't survive, okay? So it's good water, even though it might be brown because it's in a mangrove, so the water is brown. Once we touch it, it's no longer going to be brown. All right, so it's got a funky name. It's called dinoflagellates. All right, in case you go to the internet and dinosaur with like a gas problem or something, my brother likes to say. But that's kind of more or less all you need to know at this point or whatever for bioluminescence. Now, like I said, lights stay off unless you feel like you need to signal me for whatever reason. Right? I haven't seen Brett in a while, go ahead. But we want to stay close to your guide, guys. This is a guided tour, and you will miss things if you're too far away from me. If there's a ray or if there's a turtle, if there's something that comes, Brett, scream my direction, I come. Right? But the point I'm just trying to say is that you may miss stuff if you're too far away from me. I actually can see slight little shadows in the night, and those shadows might translate to really cool things that literally might be once in a lifetime that you can see tonight. Okay? So don't be too far away. I'm not trying to say jump in my face and get on my board, but I'm just trying to say whatever, like be close, be present around me. 1, for safety, and 2, just because you don't want to miss something cool. All right? Any questions before we start to rile up? Nope?
No.
This is my cave light, so that's another reason why I have this light on, guys.